I haven't been on TikTok for a bit, and I noticed everyone was tagging me in that whole Andrew Schultz thing about black women. I'll make a different comment about Andrew Schultz and that little rat Akash thing, but I want to say something about black women, and this was my mother, and I God is my witness right now. May the Lord strike me down if I'm lying. My mother told me and my siblings when we were young kids, before we, I remember it was when my older brother started secondary school. It was a big deal, my older brother going off to the big boy school. And my mum sat us down and she said, if you're ever in trouble out there in the real world, look for a black woman.
Whenever you are in trouble, look for a black woman. That's not a compliment. She's essentially telling him black women will fight your battles for you. So you always need to look for them. And some of the comments, I was disappointed because he's going to say it. Black women support his platform. I've never seen this young man before, but I'm sure he's using his platform to pander to women. And I just hate to see black women falling for this damn grift when you have a man like this saying that his mom told him to get black women to protect you. That's insane to me.
My mom said this. My mom was raised in this country from the age of 6, the UK. She said, look for a black woman. She said, anywhere in the world, a black woman will help you. She was never wrong. But it's incredible that my mother said that. And I don't know what my mum went through. But I remember seeing photos of my mum in school when she was in high school and stuff. And she had loads of black friends and stuff. And they were all black women. Because my mum wasn't a pick-me. She only had female friends.
Yeah, so that comment right there lets me know that his platform is probably pandering to women, because he said my mom wasn't a pick-me because she had all female friends, as opposed to what he thinks a pick-me is as a woman who is male identified or has a lot of male friends.
And she obviously felt some protection. And growing up for me, I noticed in my school, it was a very predominantly white school. The black teachers looked out for me. I had a black Jamaican teacher called Mrs. Forrester. She looked out for me. But even outside of school, when I started growing out my hair, it was a black woman that taught me how to look after my curls, what products to use. It's black women that built me up on this platform and got me to where I am. I have to.
You see that? And like I said, black women will do this for every man except black men. That's what's crazy to me. And oh yeah, I took a peek over at the Shits and Gigs channel. Like I said, that is not a black platform. Those men on TikTok are still at 8-point-something million followers. So all this backlash about black women canceling them, it didn't matter because their audience is not predominantly black. Everybody watches Shits and Gigs, but that's neither here nor there. But just like he said, black women built this platform up. That's why he feels comfortable saying this.
Give credit to where credit is due. It was women in general, but black women specifically, who boosted me and told me how pretty I was and how great I was. But I am trying to make a point here, and it's that black women get treated the worst. The worst. Malcolm X said this. He goes, unfortunately, they are treated the worst.
So he don't even know the quote fully.
The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman. And as Muslims, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us to respect our women and to protect our women.
Somebody actually commented that in one of my community posts, and I told him, man, we're old enough to understand, and black women are old enough to understand that, yes, Malcolm X did say that, but what about now? If you're still saying that black women are most disrespected and unprotected, it may be because black women are the most disrespectful.
If we don't want to deal with black men at all.
I love all men and not black men. Just not black men.
Well, is there any women here who don't want to deal with men, period, or is it just black men, or is it a mixture?
It's just black men, and we actually want non-black men's help in these corrections that you speak of.
So what are the corrections that you're looking for specifically?
Force, because that's the only thing that's gonna work.
But I mean, what are you looking for black men to arrive at? A place of understanding of what do you want to see?
Well,
We believe that there is no hope for them.
They get validated a little bit too much, and they're not held accountable as much as white men, Hispanic men, Asian men. Like, the legal system works in their benefit a little bit more than they think it does. They're seen as the ultimate, like, most oppressed, and I think that coddling culture needs to stop, and they need to be held accountable for their actions.
Because we live in white male patriarchy, white men set what's socially acceptable. So with you all setting what's socially acceptable, the degenerate behavior of black male culture needs to be checked.
Did y'all ever think of that? And that's something that black women need to think about internally. If nobody's going to tell you that, I'll tell you that because I care. But y'all are disrespectful as hell because y'all trying to argue with everybody. If it's about the colleges, if it's about makeup, whatever it is, some woman goes viral on TikTok. Now it's a black woman problem. And then after y'all get done rumbling with everybody else, you still manage to find a way to come back and shame black men.
Black men, y'all need to do better. Y'all really need to do better. There is no reason why I should have a white man, a 6'2", 220, white collar, blue jeans, and white sneakers wearing white man sit right in my face, look me dead in my eyes, didn't blink or stutter not nail one time, and tell me that he cannot understand for the life of him how a black man who looks homeless has the audacity or the courage to approach a black woman. And he didn't just say a black woman. He said a fine, good-looking black woman. Huh? He said if he had that type of courage, if he looked like that, I couldn't even be mad at him. I couldn't even defend my brothers. Brother? It's true, the audacity of some of these black men coming up to beautiful looking black women looking like bums. Y'all are embarrassing. Y'all are embarrassing yourselves. Get it together.
By the medical field, by the education field, by the police, by everything. Yet they're the ones that give the most love.
And I did this on purpose because I know me as a black man saying this, because I see it, it wouldn't be received well if it's some black women that just simply hate black men and they see me talk about it. So I saw this young, beautiful black woman. She finally caught it. And she's going to tell black women what this actually means.
Not to get annoyed when non-black people talk about how black women will save them, but it gets even more annoying when you hear that from non-black people of color, because a couple of thoughts cross my mind. One, where did you learn that from? I mean, I know where you learned it from, but why did you accept it so easily? And two, why do you feel more reliant on us than the people in your own community? I think they think it's a compliment to say, black women will save us. Black women are the most powerful beings in the world. They're superhuman. And it's like, no, we are human just like you. We are not any more or less capable of getting things done than you are. It's just that you were taught that whatever you don't want to do, we will do it. And I don't like that. That's actually not cool. I'm not saying that you can't engage with us, but I am saying, like, what makes you think that we're superhuman and can solve problems that you can't solve yourself? It's like, do you ever stop to consider that maybe we don't want to help you? If we say no, if we say we actually don't want to, or we don't have the emotional bandwidth, or we just frankly don't give a shit, then we're the bad guys and people call us everything but a child of God.
She is absolutely right. But the way people are conditioned to view black women is the way that man described it. Black women will help you. Black women will fight your battles for you. And I'm telling black women right now, y'all got to stop that damn narrative, because they're going to continue trying to rely on you guys to do their dirty work while their women sit back and look pretty and act feminine.
Yeah, not everyone works for a corporation. Yes. And a big...
Hey,
Whoa.
hey, I'm just
Whoa. Okay. Hi.
Whoa.
Wait a minute, sir.
A few minutes ago, asking for your attention to a much bigger idea than...
Thank you so...
Y'all got to stop this at some point. And like I said, I'm glad that this young lady is saying this. And this is coming from her and it's coming from me. Okay?
Have you ever considered the fact that we are basically forced to overperform, because if we don't overperform, we'll be seen as lazy or bitchy or inconsiderate or selfish?
Welcome to the life of a black man. We have more in common than black women think. We go through the same things as y'all. So if y'all think that you got it bad, imagine being a black man who's already considered to be an issue in, American society. We're threatening. So what you're experiencing, you have to overperform. Think about black men and what we have to go through. We don't have any programs that's directed towards us getting us more jobs, funding for new businesses. We got to get it out the mud, as they say, right? So welcome to being a black man.
Up in a lot of different areas of life. If you think about how many black women feel the need to over excel in academics and in the workplace, and a lot of times they don't really get recognition for that, it's because we're expected to do like twice the amount of work for just basic human recognition. The most frustrating thing about it as a black woman, though, is that I genuinely do like helping people. I like being kind to people, but I often have to question, like, do I genuinely like helping people? Do I like being kind to people, or was I just conditioned to be that way? Because as a black woman, if I act human, if I have bad days, if I say I don't want to help you, I'll be painted as a villain. I don't particularly like feeling that way, that a trait that I have, ambition, kindness, empathy, that these are things that are just kind of not really appreciated in me as a person because they're expected of me as a black woman. Like, yeah, of course this black woman is going to work like more than she should. She's black. That's what black women do. Unless they don't, then they're lazy welfare queens.
You have more in common than you think. But shout out to her for saying what she said, because I've seen a lot of black women applauding this man for saying that, yeah, because black women help. And again, I'm not saying all black women said that, because I got some of those comments too, and I want to show you guys. Black women, y'all have some issues that you got to deal with as well. And it's not going to take me saying it. It's got to come from y'all. It's got to come from internal. Okay? First of all, the attitude got to go. And I've said this multiple times. Black women, you don't want to go through the shit that black men went through in the 90s, where we was all thugs wearing LA Kings black hats and shit. Every black man was NWA. We had to go through that. Now y'all are feeling the brunt of the sexy red apocalypse, because they view all y'all as that woman. And what doesn't help is y'all keep supporting it and saying, oh, it's cool. We did worse when we was younger. Y'all got to stand up and start condemning these young women, because they are doing a number on your ethnic image. And if you don't care, don't expect anybody else to care for you.